I think it's worth just for a moment for people who haven't read that book, though they will do by the time they're finished today, or haven't seen your TED Talk on it. Could you just briefly explain the 3 circles of what, how and why, and how starting with why helps you build a good business? Because I think it's very pertinent to what you're saying about values-driven decisions.
So every single organization on the planet, even our own careers, always function on the same 3 levels. What we do, how we do it, and why we do it. Everybody knows what they do. These are the products we sell, the services we offer. Some know how they do it. These are the things we call our unique selling propositions, or our differentiating value propositions, whatever it is, the things that we think make us stand out from the crowd. But very, very few people and very, very few organizations can clearly articulate why they do what they do. And by why, I don't mean to make money, that's a result. By why, I mean what is your purpose, what is your cause, what is your belief? Why does your company exist? Why did you get out of bed this morning? And why should anyone care? And what I learned is that organizations or leaders that start by telling you what they do are less able to inspire people to do business with them, inspire loyalty, where those who start with why, whether it's Steve Jobs or Mahatma Gandhi, are able to command loyalty and are able to innovate in ways that others cannot. And the reason I say that every company functions this way is because the model is not based on some highfalutin management theory. It's based on the biology of human decision making. This is how the brain works. That when you start with why, it talks to the part of the brain that is responsible for decision making and feelings, like trust and loyalty, but it's not responsible for language, which is why it's hard to put into words. Whereas the part of the brain that controls rational, like numbers and product and benefit and features, doesn't affect decision making.
But when you say start with why, I hear, as a sort of suspicious journalist, I start with why should I believe you? So if you say, Google has this phrase, don't be evil. There's a lot of people out there at the moment, particularly people that work in the UK newspaper industry, who feel that they're being undermined fatally by Google, who'd say, Google say don't be evil. That's their why, because we want to be a values-driven organisation. Or take Facebook. Whenever I speak to Facebook, Facebook say, we are a mission-driven company. We're about an open and connected world. And a lot of people say, well, that's just marketing nonsense. So my question to you is, even if someone can give us an account of why should we believe them? How do we know it's not just empty marketing jargon and spin?
Your cynicism is well placed. You
should be a journalist.
Well, I'm inherently cynical. I think that's sort of...
I thought it said author and optimist somewhere. Have we been sold a puppet?
Yeah, I can still believe that the world is good. Which is, you're right. All of those pieces that I talk about, why, how, and what, all have to be there. You have to have balance in all 3. You have to have purpose and vision. You have to have values and guiding principles. And you have to have, ultimately, decisions, product and service, and numbers that prove it. So if you only talk about the why but you don't actually do it, it is just marketing jargon. I 100% agree. If all you have is good product but you don't have any sense of purpose or cause, it's just an unstable thing, and it's a very hard thing to differentiate based on features and benefits for any length of time, and it doesn't command loyalty. It just drives transactions. And when you have all 3 of those things perfectly in line, then it hums. Now, arguably, I hate the fact that Google describes itself as do no evil, because the human brain has no capacity for negative, and I can prove it to you. Don't think of an elephant, right? Can't do it, right? So we don't have the capacity for negative thought, we only have the capacity for positive thought, which is why you're supposed to tell your children, you're not supposed to tell your children, don't eat on the couch. You're supposed to tell your children, eat at the table, right? You tell them what to do. So I would prefer that Google say, do good, rather than do no evil. It's a bias. But their why is not do good. Their why is to organize the world's information.
Yeah, I mean, Google is or Alphabet is a very, very powerful company. But are they powerful because they're a values-driven company, or are they better software engineers who've developed better technology at making search results appear very quickly, and they've built the world's most effective advertising machine around it? I mean, I just want to dig down into your analysis of why there's a causal link between values-driven companies and long-term success.
So it's Sergey and Larry are both still there. So we won't really know until they leave.
Yes, I was going to ask about the bus, yeah.
Right? I mean, Sam Walton built an amazing company and he left. He died. And it ran okay after the first CEO who took over from him, because that guy worked right under him. By the time you got to Mike Duke, it's a horrible, horrible company that people hate working for and hate working with. So the people who work at Google seem to really like Google, you know? They seem to have a more sophisticated way of hiring. You've seen their want ads. They're different. They're different. They're trying to hire to values. Have they made missteps? Absolutely. Are they perfect? Far from it. Are there things that I wish they would do differently? Yes. But I can't really tell you until those founder leaders, just like I was saying before, are gone. And let's see what kind of company they've built.